Mr. Hugh Dillon, how are you this morning?
Bonnie, how are you? I'm
I'm,
good.
I'm good. I'm talking to you from Toronto.
Awesome.
Yes, yes, where? Oh my God, lots to talk about. First of all, thank you for bringing this show home. What can I say?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's a dream come true for me.
Yeah, let's talk about that because, of course, you grew up in Kingston, and to have your kind of, like you say, dream come true. You and Taylor Sheridan go way back. Tell us the story a
Mhm.
little bit about because you guys kind of conceived something like this many moons ago. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's like 15 years ago, but we had the first script 10 years ago. I was playing in my band, the Headstones. I was playing in Buffalo,
Yeah.
and that must have been 16 years ago. And the producers for a movie called Down to the Bone that was going to Sundance hired me. And they came to Buffalo after a show, and I was smoking cigarettes. I didn't want to audition. And they said, you're great for this movie. And I was like, okay. And then I met Vera Farmiga. And Vera was just, you should go to LA. And I didn't have any money. And she helped me out with management. And Callum Rennie, a Canadian actor, lent me his car,
Yeah.
which was a Crown Vic at the time. And I had a credit card and not a lot of dough. And I met Taylor Sheridan. He was my acting coach. We were broke, and I'm from Kingston, and it had 9 penitentiaries of
Right. Yeah.
minimum, maximum. With the women's pen, when I grew up, my playing hockey, my coaches were 2 cops who had guns on their ankles, and when we leave the Harold Harvey Arena, or rather go to hit the ice, they'd leave the guns on the bench. And I had brought this town with me when I talked to Taylor, and Taylor's from Texas, and he was interested in justice and incarceration and mass incarceration and
Right.
desensitization of all of us. And he was like another musician, and we would just talk about the world and the characters. And really, frankly, it's just about dreaming and what would you do if you could do it? And I always had that in my mind because I created the Headstones, the band, and you just got to stick with it. If you're passionate enough, you don't care where it ends. You're just always going to follow that. And I did the same thing with, and you just get lucky. You find like-minded people, and you find creative people, and you find champions in your life, and it's all of it. And you just can never give up.
Yeah, and not only is it just gritty, dark, an amazing series, by the way. Congratulations on it. But for somebody who's grown up in Toronto, knows Kingston, knows about the penitentiary. Sorry, I can't speak English this morning. Penitentiary, so to see this on TV is mind-boggling to me. But my God, Hugh, the cast that you guys have assembled for this show. Mm-hmm. Like, I know that, Jeremy Renner, of course, goes back with Taylor and stuff, but to have Diane Weiss.
We worked together, and I met Jeremy in Wind River. I played the bad guy in Wind River. Right. So I met him years ago. And Diane Weiss is a force of nature. I get texts from her now, and it's like your mom calling. It's like, you've got to answer. You got to answer honestly. And but that is a testament to Taylor Sheridan's writing. He's got a poetry in his on the page that appeals to everyone. And so that is the catalyst, because that enabled us to get where we had to go. And it just attracts, Renner found another gear in this show. That guy's going to win some awards, because it is just,
I think so.
I'm with him behind the camera. I'm with him in front of the camera. And it was just like, the level of commitment, and over time, because it was long hours. It was hotter than hell. Some of the conditions were very grim in the pens. And, but I wanted to go back. It was to one thing you said to me. You forget what you've done sometimes. It wasn't until my phone rang, and it's Dan Aykroyd saying, "Hey, you brought it back to Kingston, and congratulations." It's like those little things like that I was a huge fan and still am of,
Right.
Saturday Night Live, and the Blues
Sure.
Brothers, and all of them, Ghostbusters. And as a kid growing up, it's like that was part of the, wow, he's Canadian. He made it. And it was storytelling. And he was an authentic guy who came back to Kingston, and, you know, he was friends with the guys in the Hip. He introduced my band, the Headstones, at
Yeah.
Across the Causeway, a gig that we did with the Hip. And it was just like, my folks got to see that I brought this show back to Kingston, and people I'd grown up with. It was
Amazing.
really and to see, and even to see the what we can do in Canada and what we can shoot here. And
Yeah.
I saw that prison was decommissioned, and it was just, I was sending Taylor photos and like, dude, we could make this here, we could shoot this. And you
100%.
have to have that level of you believe it,
Yeah.
and
then look, it's great for our economy. Let's not, you really, you've put
It
Kingston
was
back on the
probably-
map. I mean, the Tragically Hip,
Yeah.
okay, fine. But you guys, this is a big deal, right? And, just before we wrap up, I know too, like, not only just on a personal level for you, I mean, even your character Ian is named for an old
Yes.
friend of yours, correct?
Yeah. He passed away years ago. He was an old friend. He's dedicated. Ian Goodfellow's done the first Headstones album, was dedicated to him.
Yeah.
He was. We grew up together. Just a funny, decent guy, and he died too young. And what's funny is his son, who was 2 when he passed away, is in it as a background performer.
Amazing.
Dillon. And it's so surreal to me, all the little things that are built into the show. But I think that's why it's so successful, because there's an authenticity to it.
Yeah.
Taylor takes the things he wants, but underneath it is a layer of, the real people and a real world. And that's why I think it speaks to so many folks.
Well, it's absolutely tremendous series. And again, I, thank you as a Canadian for bringing it here. Keep them coming. We want more episodes. And if you need an extra, I'm happy to drive
Yes.
over. I'm there for you, my
Awesome.
friend. Congratulations.
Okay, I love
Great to catch up with you, and happy holidays to you and your family.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the time. Take care. Bye-bye.